Hello, welcome. So today what I want to talk about is 7 subtle signs of inflammation that you may be overlooking. Let me start the slideshow. I'm sorry. Here we go. Okay. So welcome. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Christy Roker. I'm a master certified health coach. What I do is I help women who have an autoimmune disease and they struggle with the pain and the fatigue. I help them get to the root of what's going on so that they can spend more quality time with their kids, their husband, or their friends. I know for me, when I struggled with it, it was difficult to get out of bed. I was really upset because I couldn't play with my kids, go attend my daughter's events, things like that, because I was in so much pain and I was just so tired all the time. So that's what I help other women with. And so today what we're going to talk about is inflammation. So I can't move this. Okay, so inflammation can show up as frustrating symptoms and they can disrupt our daily lives. So you may see this whenever you're at work or, like I said, when you're trying to spend time with your family, or if you just want to have a date night and you're just so exhausted and hurt so bad, you just can't go anywhere. So we're going to see this in our daily lives, and these symptoms are common to ignore and just try to pop a pill to feel better and push through our day. And I honestly was that person. I did that. But here's the thing, chronic inflammation can lead to more serious health issues if it's left untreated. And so that's why I want to talk about today 7 signs that we could be overlooking. So the first sign is you may be experiencing brain fog. So brain fog, loss of concentration and ability to think clearly, is definitely a subtle sign of inflammation. So you definitely don't want to write off the brain fog because it could be your body trying to communicate with you and tell you that it is time to make a lifestyle change fast. So the second thing is what I kind of talked about earlier was feeling tired all the time. So you may have inflammation in your body if you feel this way. And sleep is one factor that can lead to inflammation. So if you get too little sleep, it's going to affect you, or too much. So too little would be below 7 to 9 hours, and too much would be more than 9 hours every night. And that can lead to inflammation and make you feel tired throughout the day. And so I know a lot of us, especially if you're a mom, we tend to get less sleep because we have so much to do. And honestly, that's something I had to prioritize for my life. And I noticed I feel better. And honestly, I got to the point where I absolutely had to prioritize it because I couldn't function. But it's super important. So now I make sure I get the right amount of sleep that I need for my body every single night. So the body treats inadequate sleep or too much sleep in the same way as it does illness. And this will trigger an immune response because your body thinks you are sick, and that's going to lead to inflammation. So one of the symptoms of this mounting inflammation is fatigue. And you're going to experience this throughout the day from the moment that you wake up. So the third subtle sign is tummy trouble. So if you are experiencing frequent bloating, constipation, gas, abdominal discomfort, it could be a sign that you have inflammation in your gut. So many digestive issues result from inflammation in the gut, and that can cause things such as IBS and other problems. Taking a digestive aid may bring you temporary relief, but of course, the symptoms are going to come back again and again because you're not addressing the root problem of it. Another issue could be minor aches and pains, and this is something I definitely struggled with. I literally felt like my spine was on fire. It hurt so bad every single day. My hands hurt really bad. I had difficulty putting my son in his car seat. I had difficulty picking him up, putting him in the bathtub just so he could get a bath, and then taking him out. I remember leaning over and trying to wash him, and it just hurt, my whole body just hurt so bad. So if you're wake up feeling stiff, you're experiencing these minor aches and pains regularly, most likely the indicator is inflammation. And I was surprised. My doctor told me my inflammation was probably high. And of course, the results came back. My CRP was super high, which explained why I hurt so bad and why I was so exhausted. But general body aches and pains can be a precursor to conditions such as arthritis, which is a condition that often occurs as a result of the inflammation. So if you're experiencing this type of pain for a while, definitely do not ignore it. Painkillers are only going to mask the symptoms. The damage is still occurring. So you definitely want to get to the root and address it rather than just putting a band-aid over the problem. You want to address it and get to the bottom of it so you feel better. So number 5 is breakouts and skin issues. Again, another issue I've dealt with all my life. I always had horrible acne on my face, and as I got older, I thought it would get better. Unfortunately, it got worse. It was on my chest, my back, everywhere. I mean, it's just constant battle with acne, and I couldn't believe the difference it made when I changed my diet and figured out what was causing my inflammation. But if you're frustrated with blotchy skin and rashes, that was another thing I had, is blotchy skin all across, like right below my chest. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And come to find out, gluten was causing that. But those breakouts aren't going to go away no matter what you do. And I did. I tried everything. Internal inflammation often shows up externally on our skin, and in the irritation and the breakouts. Conditions such as eczema, acne, dry skin is your body's way of communicating with you that something is wrong. So in most cases, inflammation is to blame for that. So number 6 is pesky headaches. Again, something I dealt with daily from age 5 all the way up until I got to the root of what was causing my inflammation. So if you are experiencing frequent headaches for no reason, and you've had previous headaches and now they're turning into migraines, trust me, I know what that feels like. You literally can't get out of bed. You have to turn out the lights, because your head is literally just pounding. Then reach out to a healthcare provider because there's a problem. One of the things that could be contributing to your constant headaches is definitely that inflammation. Again, for me, the root of my inflammation goes back to what I was eating. I didn't realize gluten was causing that. So literally after lunch every single day, I would have a massive headache, and then I would get dizzy and nauseated, and my whole day was ruined because of it. And I went to doctors and they were just like, well, we can give you a pill to take. Until I finally saw a naturopathic doctor, I didn't know that certain foods could cause those issues. And so once I got to the root of what was causing it, that's when I stopped having daily headaches. And now we went on vacation last week, and I'm not gonna lie, I fell off track and we ate there. So that helped a lot. We made most of our foods, but there was a couple of days where I was like, oh, I'll just have a little bit of gluten. The following week, because it doesn't always happen right away, it could take 3 to 5 days for you to notice the symptoms. And for me now, since my gut health is a lot better, about 3 to 5 days later, I can't get out of bed. My head hurts so bad, and I'm struggling to get through the day. So if you feel like that, that could be inflammation, and it could be certain foods causing that, and you just don't realize it. So you have to get to the root of what's causing it. But here's what you can do for the meantime too to help you is consider relaxation techniques like meditation to help you relieve any stress that you may be experiencing, because as moms too, I get it, we deal with a lot of stress. And so that's going to help too with the inflammation trigger, because that could be causing it as well. So that's why talking to me, we could figure out and get to the root of what's going on. Because for me, it's a combination. I do have stress in my life. And like a normal mom, I have a lot going on, and that can trigger it as well. So it's helpful to talk to somebody to kind of help figure out what's going on and what could be causing it and triggering this for you. Number 7 is a stuffy nose. So an inflamed nasal cavity is a common sign of inflammation and usually presents itself as a stuffy nose, and you'll experience it seasonally along with watery eyes, other cold-related symptoms. So if you have a stuffy nose for no reason and your nose runs every morning or evening, no matter what the weather's like, that could be a sign of inflammation. So what causes inflammation? So I kind of talked about this a little bit. Poor dietary choices or unhealthy lifestyles could be causing it. Now, again, it could be something, for example, for me, I ate healthy, or so I thought I did. I didn't realize that certain foods were triggering me to have high inflammation. For me, it went back to poor gut health, which was because of gluten, because I have a high gluten intolerance. And so that was all causing my inflammation and issues. And I had other food sensitivities that was not aware of. So once I figured all that out, my inflammation within a month, I was able to get my inflammation down. And my doctor literally was to the point where she said, you're going to have to see a cardiologist. And so I asked her to give me a month to get my inflammation down. And thankfully I was able to do that. But it was so bad, she wanted me to see a cardiologist. So that's why it's super important to get it down. But also, our body is exposed to a lot of toxins, environmental toxins, and that can lead to that can lead to chronic inflammation. And so it's super important to detox our body of these toxins that we're putting in it every day. If you think about it, our beauty care products, the laundry detergent we use, what we use to clean, the cleaning products that we use in our household, all those types of things are going to cause toxins in our body. And the thing is, we can't avoid toxins. And so that's why it's super important to figure out how to get those toxins out of our body. And so that's kind of what I help with as well. But chronic inflammation also occurs when the body is burdened with these toxins that accumulate over a period of time. So another cause of inflammation is dysbiosis, or the imbalance of composition of your gut bacteria. Another thing I had. So I saw a naturopathic doctor, and she was the one that kind of figured out that I had this going on. So that's why it's super important to find somebody that can help you. But food allergies as well, gut infections. I had H. pylori, and so I had to deal with that as well. So there's a lot that could be going on that could be causing it. And so that's why it's super important to get to the bottom of it. But the food allergies and the gut infections are going to put your immune response into overdrive and trigger chronic inflammation. So what can you do about this? So I would like to invite you to an End the Fatigue and Pain breakthrough session where we can talk about what is going on with you and fast track your results. So I can help you through this process. We can uncover the hidden causes of your fatigue that's keeping you feeling drained and exhausted. What we'll do is create a crystal clear vision for strategies suited for your body to help you get your energy back and minimize that pain. And I'll help you create a personalized action plan. I personally have a friend that I worked with that struggled with back pain for several years. She even had surgery and still had that back pain. After a week of working with me, she was able to tell me that her back pain was gone. I was so, so happy for her. But this is something that I can help you through as well. So just by having this, what we'll do is find out what's holding you back from feeling energized throughout the day, what's causing your pain, tap in more fully into the underlying issues that have been keeping you stuck and spinning, and then also help you feel inspired to take new action and create a plan that's going to work for you and your specific body. So, I have a free gift for you if you're interested. It's the 6 anti-inflammatory smoothies, different smoothies that you can make to get that inflammation down and help you get started. So if you put your email address below, I can send that to you. But I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're interested in a breakthrough session with me, the link is below and you can fill out a time and we can talk about it and discuss, what we can do to help fast track your results so you can start feeling better. I hope you have a wonderful day.